Hi Cancer, this is your Vedic Astrology forecast for the month of December 2014. Now, just a quick reminder, Vedic Astrology uses the moon sign as a reference point for transits as opposed to the sun sign, which Western astrology uses. So if you're not sure where your moon sign is placed in Vedic Astrology or your ascendant, just visit my website, and there you can generate your free Vedic birth chart and you can find out the placements and then follow along with my Vedic astrology forecasts. Now, the Sun and Mercury are going to be transiting your fifth house the beginning of the month of December. Mercury is going to be there until the 13th of December, and the Sun is going to be there until the 15th of December. And they're going to be transiting the nakshatra of Jesta. And the meaning of this nakshatra is the elder, and the Shakti is the power to rise, the power to conquer, and the power to overcome. Now, with second Lord Sun transiting your fifth house, this creates a Dana Yoga. And a Dana Yoga is a yoga in Vedic astrology, which is a combination that signifies wealth. So during the first half of the month, this is a good time for possibly investments or for just being luckier in terms of financial gains, because the Sun is at the same time going to be aspecting your 11th house of gains. So second Lord Sun sitting in your fifth house, aspecting the 11th house of gains. Not only that, but the planet that rules Scorpio, which is Mars, is going to be sitting exalted in your seventh house. And so that adds strength to the planets sitting in the sign of Mars, which in this case happen to be the Sun and Mercury and Saturn as well. So, so this is going to be adding strength to your potential for financial gains the beginning half of the month of December. Now, the second half of the month, the Sun and Mercury are going to be transiting your sixth house of Sagittarius, and they're going to be transiting the nakshatra of Mula. Now, the meaning of this nakshatra is the root, and the Shakti is the power to destroy. Usually when malefic planets such as the Sun, Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu, or Mars transit Upachaya houses, which are growing houses, which is 3, 6, 10, and 11. Usually the transit of these planets in these houses is actually a good transit. It brings out the competitive edge of these malefic planets. And by malefic, we mean just its natural nature is usually, gaining success through contention, through competition, etc. It doesn't mean it's a bad planet necessarily. That has to do with what time you were born, but it usually means gaining success through that kind of work. So in your case, Sun transiting the sixth house is actually a good transit in terms of having the edge over competitors, having the edge in your place of employment. Now, because it's going to be transiting the nakshatra of Mula, which signifies the root, there may be certain circumstances taking place which cause you guys to get to the root of the matter of certain things regarding maybe work, regarding your job, or regarding your coworkers as well. So, there may be certain things that are uprooted and then are destroyed. So, because this nakshatra means the Shakti, it has the Shakti, the power to destroy. One of these things, what it could mean is, or one of the ways this could express itself is destroying your enemies. So having the power to destroy, not destroy your enemies, not destroy your competitors, but if you're working in an environment of competition, who gets the higher bonus, who reaches their goal for that month, or who reaches the highest, whatever it is that you guys need to meet. that's where it gives you the edge. And that's where this nakshatra can come into play and, destroy your competitors and give you the edge. So that's one of the ways that this could express itself. And another way that it could express itself is also through healing, because Mula is ruled by the planet Ketu. And so this nakshatra has certain qualities of healing. And then the sixth house has the quality of healing as well, because the sixth house has to do with health. So with the sun, which is a very important planet, we call the sun a planet, even though it's not technically a planet. But anyway, the sun signifies vitality, it signifies health, nourishment, it signifies light and support. So with the sun transiting the sixth house of health, transiting this nakshatra, which also signifies health, there could be some healing happening in your life during this time. And this is supported by the transit of Venus, which is going to be happening at the same time, because Venus is going to be transiting the sign of Sagittarius for most of the month of December. Venus is going to be there from the 5th of December all the way through to the 29th. So, this healing energy will also be supported through Venus's transit. Now, because Venus rules your 4th house, it also rules your 11th house, but it rules your 4th house. And the 4th house is a sensitive house because the 4th house rules our emotions, and it signifies our general happiness and our general peace of mind. So with Venus transiting your 6th house, throughout the whole of the month of December, but Venus transiting your 6th house in the nakshatra of Mula until the 16th of December, there may be a certain turbulence to your peace of mind, or a certain turbulence, or maybe some challenge happening to your emotions, your happiness, because Mula in a way is connected to 8th house energy, because Mula has to do with the root, things beneath the surface, things that cannot be seen. And several 8th house significations have to do with that as well. And Venus is a sensitive planet, and Venus itself signifies happiness, and Venus signifies pleasures and enjoyments. That's the general signification of Venus. And then the 4th house signifies enjoyments as well, because it signifies our comforts of home and the security that we feel, and the emotional, the nurturing that we receive from others. So with Venus transiting this delicate spot in the horoscope, it's your 6th house, and it's also transiting Mula, there may be a little bit of turbulence coming to the surface during this first half of the month of December. Now, on the 16th of the month, Venus will be leaving the nakshatra of Mula and entering the nakshatra of Purvashada. And the meaning of this nakshatra is the former undefeated, and the Shakti is the power to energize and invigorate. So with Venus moving into this nakshatra, there's going to be some extra energy. There's going to be an extra energy regarding your emotions, regarding your happiness. There's going to be a certain level of invigoration in regards to those emotions, and it may be related to your work. So you may suddenly be connected to your work in an emotional way, and then suddenly have that desire, that energy to creatively work on your projects at work, or to get the work done, with energy, with enthusiasm. So that's going to be playing itself out through the second half of the month while Venus is transiting this nakshatra of Purvashada. Mars is going to be exalted in your seventh house of Capricorn throughout the whole month of December. And in your case, Mars is a yoga karaka. What that means is that Mars rules two very important houses. He rules the fifth house and he rules the 10th house. So he rules two houses that alone give him the Raja Yoga status, which is a status given to a planet or a combination of planets that give success and wealth and achievement. So Mars being exalted in your in your seventh house during this transit is going to be a very auspicious transit for you, especially because Jupiter's already aspecting this sign of Capricorn from your sign, from Cancer. And in your case, because Mars rules the fifth house has to do with romance, with love, with creativity, with expression. It also has to do with expressing yourself through music, through art, through dancing, and then also expressing yourself through devotion, such as through mantras or religious practices, etc. But Mars also rules the 10th house, which is the house of job and career for you. So with Mars transiting the 7th house, this is going to be very good in terms of romance with your spouse, with your partner, with a new person that you might meet during this time. This is going to be a good time for career, for job, for, there's a potential for a promotion during this time, especially if your natal birth chart supports this, definitely. And and then in the beginning of the month, Mars is going to be transiting the nakshatra of Uttarashada, and Mars is going to be in this nakshatra until the 9th of December. Now this nakshatra signifies the latter undefeated. That's the meaning of this nakshatra. And the Shakti is the ability to gain victory, to gain unstoppable victory. So this is a very powerful position for Mars to be in, to be exalted in the sign of Capricorn, to be a yoga karaka for your chart, and to be in this nakshatra. So the beginning of the month is going to be very powerful in the outer world, in the material world for you. Being unstoppable, getting unstoppable victory where it comes to career, getting unstoppable victory in your creativity and your creative pursuits, and also in your romance, because it's going to be happening in your 7th house. So being creative romantically as well, that's another indication. You're virtually going to be unstoppable and you're going to be successful, victorious. So this is a good time for all this to be materializing in your life. And then after the 9th of December, Mars is going to be moving into the nakshatra of Shravana. And the meaning of Shravana is the ear, and the Shakti is the power to connect. So with Mars transiting, in this nakshatra, in your 7th house, there's going to be this powerful connection, even at a deeper level with that significant other, or, with your spouse, with your business partners, or with clients in general. So, you'll be seeing this powerful connection. But see, because this nakshatra, the meaning of it is the ear, this connection is not just going to happen by itself. The ear signifies listening to others and paying attention and listening to what other people have to say. So the connection comes through being receptive to others and to understanding others at a deeper level. Now, this also goes for being receptive in, your inner self as well, because since Mars rules your 5th house, and the 5th house has to do with intelligence, it has to do with like I said, with mantras and spiritual practices. This could also be a good time for you to exalt those qualities, for you to bring that out, to learn new experiences in relation to spirituality, or to learn new techniques, or even to just get deeper into certain practices that have to do with spirituality, because Shravana also brings introspection to a person. So a focal planet here, in your case Mars, representing two very good houses for you, should bring a deeper level of introspection regarding fifth house matters, in which one of these has to do with gaining wisdom. Well, Cancer, this was your Vedic astrology forecast for the month of December 2014. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for additional forecasts, and don't forget to subscribe.